court appearance 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And another nice day ahead, right?
Yeah, we got summer conditions arriving, plenty of sunshine. But following today, we might see a bit of a departure for summer conditions. But let's enjoy the weather today. In fact, heading out this morning, we've got areas of dense fog. Let's take a trip around central New York. First off, downtown Utica, a foggy start to the day today. How about Cooperstown? We got a foggy start as well. And of course, the typical culprit of Oneonta, a very foggy start to the day as well. And so visibility has been greatly reduced in a lot of spots, 0 miles or less. In fact, near zero visibility as you approach parts of the North Country, Southern Valleys, heading out closer to Albany. See those patches of fog right there. But besides the fog, it's a dry start. Temperatures in the 50s across the region. A live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, also looking at dry conditions and heading out today. Yes, it may be a bit foggy right now, but we're tracking dry conditions, so keep that t-shirt handy, as well as those sunglasses as you head out this morning on your morning commute. No rainfall is expected today. However, as we head into the overnight hours, we could see a few spotty showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, and then this will set the stage for maybe an unsettled start Wednesday, drying out a little bit, but more rain chances to return later on in the week. We'll talk about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A grieving Utica school community came together on Monday.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 5:11 and getting you set to head to this morning on the Munson Commute Cast. And first off, a live look in Old Forge right now where we are seeing some areas of fog. This is a common sight across the area this morning, especially as you head down through the Mohawk River into the Mohawk Valley, and then of course the Southern Valleys also seeing this morning fog. Currently Old Forge sitting at 56 degrees. And a live look at the Munson traffic tracker right now. Again, no actions to report, but still want to pass along the fact that Route 28 is closed until next Monday, just outside of Newport in this area right here. And the detour of this would also go down Newport Road, just outside of Newport, heading down Summit Road to Middleville. So that's the official detour for through traffic, as that road again remains closed for culvert work until next Monday. But for today though, again, the only traffic to pass along will be the areas of patchy, dense fog today. That fog will lift and we'll start to see some sunshine move in, and plenty of it as very warm conditions arrive. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s. So enjoy the summer conditions today, because following today we could see a little bit of a cool down. We'll talk about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The U.S. housing market has been relatively frozen.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. We are starting out the day rather foggy. In fact, the fog has spread into locations in downtown Utica. And taking a live look outside right now, you can barely see the DoubleTree sign out in the distance and barely even see the rest of the buildings in downtown Utica early today. Now, the temperature officially sitting at 58 degrees outside of these areas of fog. There are crystal clear skies. The stars are easily visible. It is a great early morning for stargazing or just simply viewing the bright moon out in the sky right now. Sitting at 57, muggy conditions. Will be on the humid side today, but not too bad. Humidity really starts to ramp up temporarily by tomorrow. And a live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Quiet conditions here this morning, and this is all driven by an area of high pressure. That was out to the west yesterday. We had that faint low pressure center out to the northeast, but that's since departed. High pressure is dominant, so no rain chances are expected for today. But our next chance of rain comes from this line of showers and storms arriving by the earliest later on tonight. So currently entering the lower peninsula of Michigan at this point. Let's take a look at temperature trend because, again, we got summer conditions today, but take a look at these temperatures as we approach the end of the work week and into Labor Day weekend. We got 70s, maybe upper 70s Sunday, but then on Monday for Labor Day, we're down into the upper 60s. So a gradual decline of temperatures as we approach the end of the work week. So again, rain chances primarily overnight tonight. Then rain tapers off a little bit Wednesday, lingering clouds, a few spotty showers, but the heaviest rain over and done with. But believe it or not, even though we are a few days away from the first days of September, I feel like it's justified to start talking about the most colorful weekends of fall. Again, peak time, the weekend of the 28th, 29th in the High Peaks, Adirondack area. 5th through 6th of October for the North Country and Southern Valleys, and then October 12th through 13th in the Mohawk Valley. And again, our foliage report begins to start on Labor Day. And so in our Skycast, fog lifts, sunshine moves in, temperatures climb into the low mid 80s, and then our chance of rain begins to arrive overnight tonight, but it will be spotty and likely disorganized. And so again, we're talking about sunshine today, showers and storms overnight tonight into early tomorrow. Things will quiet down, and then dry weather moves in Thursday, a gradual cool down heading into Labor Day. Gary?
Eric, thanks. SpaceX is pushing the bounds of its
24.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we saw that camera there. It's pretty foggy in some spots.
Yeah, a bit hard to see some locations early this morning. Matter of fact, we can zoom in below that cloud layer and see what's looking like in downtown Utica right now. In fact, we're actually seeing that dense fog as we take a live look at the Nexus camera right now. Let's head across the central New York region. So again, foggy start, can barely see the downtown Utica buildings in the distance. Cooperstown still looking a bit foggy, and in Oneonta, also a foggy start in the city of the hills. And looking at the visibility map across central New York, a lot of locations seeing some areas of patchy, dense fog, especially in locations where rain fell a lot, heading in through the Mohawk Valley into Fulton and Montgomery counties, closer to Albany. And those temperatures are sitting in the upper to mid 50s, 58 Rome, 55 Hamilton, 49 degrees start to the day in Saranac Lake. Besides the fog, it's dry this morning, and we're expected to remain dry for the entire day today. So no umbrella, grab that t-shirt, grab those sunglasses, but this might not be a common thing as we head throughout the rest of the week. We'll no longer see 80-degree temperatures, more so 70s and potentially 60-plus degree highs. We'll talk about when that arrives in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Now to Decision 2024, the Harris and...
Good morning, welcome back. We are starting out this morning with a look at our photo of the day today, and this one is a photo taken in Rome of an osprey mid-flight. This was taken by Lazur Photography. Look at that shot right there. And ospreys, I always forget how big these birds are. They are gigantic. And of course, this is the one right here. We've got other bird submitted photos. We have other animals as well. We have turkeys, deer, all that sort. I want to get through a few of them as well, but again, we've got so many amazing photos submitted from all of you who have taken the time out of your morning, out of your day, out of your evening, out of your night to send it to us to showcase it right here on Sunrise. And so again, we couldn't thank you enough for those of you who are putting in the extra time to submit these photos. And we always want to make sure we give you the credit you guys deserve. So again, this is of course taken by Lazur Photography. If you have your photos submitted, please include your name if you want credit, and we'll of course share it right here on News Channel 2 at Sunrise, as well as on our social media platforms. And so this morning, it's a dry start, areas of dense fog across the region, but Besides that, things are looking dry in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Following this morning, temperatures climb from the 60s and 50s up into the upper 70s, eventually low to mid 80s. This will be a very warm summer day, but following today, we could see a bit of a cool down. We'll, of course, talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A suspected cyber attack is causing Operation.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. We are starting out with areas of dense fog, giving way to plenty of sunshine and summer conditions this afternoon. First off, a live look at downtown Utica right now. You can see that fog spreading into the local areas. In fact, in the lowest elevations here in the Utica region. Outside of that fog, it's crystal clear out, temperature of 58 degrees, a little on the muggy side, and we'll be on the humid side as we head throughout the afternoon. Live look at the radar, quiet conditions early this morning, driven by high pressure here in the central New York area. But as we head into tonight and into early tomorrow, our next weather maker is from this shower and storm system currently taking place in the lower peninsula of Michigan. Now, we'll see summer conditions today, but following today, we'll see a gradual cool down into the mid-70s by the end of the work week, and into Labor Day weekend, warmest day Sunday, 79. We're down into the 60s as we approach Monday. Now, regarding rainfall, again, dry today. We'll see an increase in rain shower chances overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning, and then rain will gradually taper off throughout the day on Wednesday. Now, as we're heading closer and closer to fall foliage season, a lot of you are already starting to see a few trees changing. The peak weekends up here, if you make some planning up in the highest elevations in the North Country, 28th, 29th of September, October 5th and 6th for the southern valleys and outlying areas in the North Country. Then, of course, the Mohawk Valley, the latest, with the peak time sitting at October 12th and 13th for that weekend. And our fall foliage report, again, will start Labor Day weekend, especially on Labor Day, as we get closer and closer, of course, to fall. Our Skycast showing areas of patchy dense fog early this morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 50s, climbing as high as the low to mid 80s by this afternoon. Sunshine gives way to a few passing clouds, some on and off showers, and maybe a rumble of thunder overnight tonight, and then some lingering light rain for the morning Wednesday. We could see some clearing here and there, but the best shot for clearing conditions looks to be on Thursday. And so your 7-day forecast, 70s Wednesday through Friday, Thursday looking dry. Friday we'll see some showers and storms begin to arrive. That'll linger into the start of Saturday.
With Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get ready, you might hit some fog this morning.
Yes, areas of some pretty dense fog across the region, even into downtown Utica.
Yeah.
In fact, let's take a live look at Utica right now. We can see this morning it's a foggy start to the day today. The Mohawk River supplying the downtown region with a fresh supply of that early morning fog across, in fact, pretty much all of downtown. You can barely see the larger buildings in the distance. Live look at Cooperstown, same story. Some dense fog, that spider web on the webcam this morning. Luke and I were yesterday talking about how spooky that looks, Gary, as if it's almost an early sign of October. Oneonta right now, still a foggy start. So again, there are locations of some pretty dense fog, especially in areas that saw rain yesterday as you head closer to Albany down the Fulton Montgomery County corridor. But temperatures this morning sitting in the 50s. Radar is quiet and dry. And today, aside from the fog, we'll be looking at plenty of sunshine, t-shirt weather, sunglasses weather with highs in the low to mid 80s. So we'll be enjoying summer weather today, but as we head throughout the work week, we could be seeing a little bit of a cool down. We'll talk about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A grieving Utica school community came together on.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:10. As you just saw in the Cavvy Tower camera, you can clearly see that low-lying cloud layer, that fog in the Mohawk Valley, and we'll take you underneath it as we take a live look at our traffic conditions coming up in a second on the Munson CommuteCast. And first off, Old Forge, foggy start to the day today, so this is a widespread thing for North Country, parts of the Mohawk Valley, and even into the southern valleys. Officially 55 up there in the North Country. And a live look at the traffic tracker right now. There are no accidents to report of, but again, our final alert on the traffic alert outside of Newport on Route 28. There is that road closure taking place in between Middleville and Newport. So again, it takes right around Old City. The detour, you go through Newport Road, then to Summit Road, back to Middleville. And again, this is lasting until next Monday for culvert work. So for now, if you're heading down that road, just plan out for that detour. This morning, areas of patchy, dense fog, temperatures in the 50s. We warm up into the 80s this afternoon. The fog lifts and sunshine moves in. We're tracking a dry afternoon, dry evening, but following that, we could see some rain showers overnight. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The U.S. housing market has been relatively frozen over the past year or so. Bob?
Others spoil your day. Tune in for the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, brought to you by Munson. Visit Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity. Visiting Munson and the Storm Tracker 2 CommuteCast, both free and both Utica's very own. Remember, all roads lead to Munson. The WKTV Tower Cam is from Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. It's starting out very foggy across the region, but this fog will lift and sunshine to move in this afternoon with summer conditions and highs in the low to mid 80s. A live look at downtown Utica right now. It's a foggy start to the day today. And at Griffiths and Rome, the fog not quite as widespread out there. In fact, crystal clear skies and temperatures sitting at 57 degrees. Muggy right now, humidity slowly on the rise today. The more humid day of the week will be tomorrow temporarily before we cool down a little bit for the second half of the work week. And a live look at the radar right now, quiet and dry conditions early today. And this is all driven by an area of high pressure over central New York. Now to the west is where our next weather maker arrives. This is bringing some showers and storms, but notice how they're starting to fall apart as they approach this high pressure zone. They're moving a bit too fast, and when they start to collide with the sinking air, the rain showers, again, as you can see here, will be beginning to fall apart. Now, we've got 80s today, but as we head into the rest of the work week and into the Labor Day weekend, 80s turn to 70s, potentially even 60s by Labor Day itself on Monday. Now, with rain chances, again, we've got rain showers moving through tonight. Again, spotty, maybe a rumble of thunder. The showers look to fall apart for the most part. As we head into early tomorrow, lingering rain, showers, and clouds give way to dry conditions as we approach Thursday, especially Thursday afternoon. Now, as we are entering the final week of August, and believe it or not, September starts next week, here's a look at those most colorful weekends of fall. We're looking at the weekend close to peak color across the region. Of course, the earliest are the highest elevations in the North Country. September 28th to 29th, October 5th and 6th in the areas in orange, and then October 12th through 13th in the Mohawk Valley. And as we approach eventual Labor Day weekend, that's when we'll start doing our fall foliage report. We'll share with you guys the latest reportings of the colors across the region. And so on our Skycast this morning, temperatures in the 50s, climbing as high as the low to mid 80s this afternoon with plenty of sunshine, no chance of rain today. by tonight. That's when that system rolls through. You can see here it's falling apart for the most part, but still some lingering showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. And then that rain will gradually taper off as we head throughout rest of Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon, with maybe some peaks of sunshine here and there. And so your 7-day forecast, we're cooling down a little bit as we head into the second half of the work week. Dry Thursday. Showers and storms arrive Friday and into early Saturday morning. And then we'll look to dry out a little bit by Monday, but it's cooler. Temperatures in the 60s. Gary?
Eric, thank you. SpaceX is...
With Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And get ready for a beautiful day ahead, right?
Yeah, beautiful day, lots of sunshine, summer conditions, 80s, but we still got a foggy start today. So
now, yeah.
A heads up as you head out the door this morning, you might run into some of that as you head out. But again, taking a live look outside right now in Utica, you can see right here, there is a foggy start to your morning, and maybe looks to be like a bit of a bug climbing on the camera right there. A little faint, shaking a little bit. And you can see here, it's, well, in fact, you can't see here the downtown Utica area right now. The main buildings, of course, obstructed by the valley fog. Cooperstown, same story. Spiderweb over the camera and a foggy start to the day. In Cooperstown or in Oneonta, we've got a foggy start early this morning. Lots of patchy, dense fog across the region. 0 mile visibility Hamilton, 0 mile in Binghamton, 0 in Saranac Lake, 1 mile out in Albany and Glens Falls, but a pocket of clear skies at Griffiths and Rome early this morning. Temperature 57, 55 Hamilton, 49 Saranac Lake, and radar is quiet early this morning. Now, it's a foggy start today, but again, we're talking about sunshine, so grab that t-shirt, keep those sunglasses handy as you're eating today. Lots of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 70s, as high as a low to mid 80s. Following today, we can see a little bit of a cool down. We'll talk about that weather pattern in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Harris and Trump campaigns...
TV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back on this Tuesday morning. We were taking a look at our photo of the day early today, and this one is a great photo submitted from the Rome area of an osprey mid-flight. And these are just fascinating birds. For one, they are gigantic, but two, of course, you can see here just the talons alone on these birds look pretty scary, but this is a photo taken by Lazur Photography. Amazing shot right here. If you would like to submit a photo like this one, we've got several animal photos. We've got nature photos, anything that you think would brighten someone's day early in the morning. Send it right there to the link on top of your screen, wktv.com/weather/pigs. Well, this morning, it's a dry start on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Now, the radar doesn't pick up areas of dense fog, but we can see it all across the region, from Old Forge to Utica to as far south as Cooperstown and Oneonta. And some of it is pretty dense, so a heads up as you head out to your morning commute early today. Now, temperatures starting out in the 50s and 60s will climb into the 80s for a summer-like day today, and we'll enjoy it because we could see a cool down. We'll talk about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A suspected cyber attack is causing...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, happy Tuesday. We are tracking areas of dense fog early this morning that might impact your morning commute. Maybe add a few extra seconds or so to that commute time. But a live look right now in downtown Utica. The fog has gotten a little more dense. You can no longer see the DoubleTree sign out in the distance. Of course, you cannot see any of the other downtown buildings in the distance. But temperatures this morning, not too bad. 57, it's sunny out in Rome. This valley fog is from the Mohawk River and in the North Country and Southern Valleys as well, but some spots looking clear, so this fog is still patchy right now. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are dry across the region. We're not tracking any rainfall for this morning and none for this afternoon and this evening. This is all, of course, driven by an area of high pressure, keeping things quiet here locally. Our next rain system is approaching from the west, but it's moving very fast. And as it approaches our area, it'll encounter that high pressure, and the sinking air will cause it to fall apart in some spots. So there could be some rumbles of thunder here and there, mixed in with some rain showers. But again, the widespread nature of it will begin to fall apart. We've got 80s today, but following that, we'll start to see a return to 70s for Wednesday through Saturday and Sunday. 68 the high for Labor Day. So this will be a gradual cooling trend as we approach the second half of the work week. Highest rain chances overnight tonight into early Wednesday morning. Then by Wednesday afternoon, the rain tapers off and the clouds could give way to some peaks of sunshine, but it's a bit unsettled for early tomorrow. Now, as we're approaching the final few days of August and entering the first days of September next week, here's an early preview of the weekends most likely to see the peak colors. September 28th, 29th, that weekend in the North Country, in the orange, 5th through 6th of October, and then 12th through 13th in the Mohawk Valley. Most likely times to see those peak colors throughout the fall weekends. And again, our fall foliage report will begin Labor Day and extend all throughout the fall season with the latest reports of the colors across central New York. And so, on our Skycast, areas of fog this morning lift, sunshine moves in. It's a great day. Temperatures in the 80s. Then by tonight, we'll see that rain shower move in, taper off, and then lingering clouds and spotty showers early Wednesday before we do dry out by Wednesday evening and into Thursday. And so your 7-day forecast, Thursday looking dry, showers and storms arrive Friday into early Saturday, temperatures in the 70s, and then we'll see a little bit of a cool down following a cold front heading into Labor Day itself, high of 68. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service is warning consumers.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we have a lot to get to this morning, but let's start out with fog this morning and a great day ahead, right?
Yeah, that's right. Took the words right out of my mouth. I've got no rain expected today, not until later on tonight, early tomorrow. But again, as you head out the road this morning, watch out for some of that dense fog. In fact, let's take a live look outside right now. We've got areas of fog in the downtown Utica region caused by the Mohawk River, even in parts of the North Country and Southern Valleys. Foggy start in Cooperstown, foggy start in Oneonta. And some of this fog is rather dense. Take a look at this right here. 0 mile visibility in Hamilton, 0 Binghamton, 1 in Albany, 1 Glens Falls, 0 in Saranac Lake. So we are starting to slowly enter the fog season with temperatures starting out in the 50s, 57 Rome, 55 in Hamilton, but dry on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Heading out the door this morning, you're going to keep that T-shirt handy, the sunglasses handy. It's going to be a very warm day today with temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Completely dry as well. No rain expected, but we could see some rain overnight tonight. We'll talk about those rain chances in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A grieving Utica.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. We are starting out the day a little foggy. In fact, in some spots, very foggy. Some dense, foggy locations, and overall, a live look at downtown Utica. You can see it all across the downtown area, and even beyond, as far north as Old Forge, as far south as Oneonta, pretty much all of central New York seeing it. But again, not all locations, though. A live reporting from Rome, reporting 57 degrees, muggy conditions, but still plenty of sunshine. So skies are clear in some other outlying spots. And this fog will lift as we head throughout the morning and into the early afternoon. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are quiet and dry here across central New York, driven by high pressure, sinking air. And although it's dry for now, our next weather maker is out in Michigan, which will be bringing rain showers into our area as early as tonight. Now, it's a warm summer day today. Highs approaching the low to mid 80s, but following today, we'll see a slight decrease in temperatures. Not too much, but as we head into Labor Day on Monday, high temperatures only in the upper 60s. Maybe a bit of a cool down. Now, regarding rainfall, again, the rain arrives overnight tonight in some spots. Again, that system will fall apart as it approaches that high pressure, but still a few remnant rain showers will linger into early Wednesday morning before tapering off Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Now, with the final days of August approaching and the first days of September right around the corner, here's a look at our forecasted most colorful weekends of fall this year. September 28th, 29th, most likely time to see the high peaks, peak colors, and then outlying areas 5th through 6th of October, and then middle of October, 12th and 13th, the weekend of the middle of October again for the Mohawk Valley for the peak fall foliage. Again, fall foliage report will start to take place Labor Day weekend, Labor Day itself, as we start to see a few more colors pop up across the region. Our Skycast right now showing still some lingering morning clouds and fog. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s by this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. Tonight, we'll see a few passing clouds and rain showers, on and off rain. Same thing for early Wednesday morning, but then things will dry out by Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening with just a few lingering clouds and breezy conditions and a little cooler temperatures too, with highs only in the mid to upper 70s. Then Thursday, dry weather, 70s. Friday, dry start, rain showers and storms developing in the afternoon and evening, lingering overnight, and we'll see a bit of a cool down heading into Labor Day weekend.
With Gary Liberatore.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric
And
Gage.
the fog has moved on, and the beautiful weather has moved in.
Yeah, sunshine across the board. It's a beautiful August day here across the region. Wall-to-wall sunshine. As a matter of fact, let's take a look outside right now. Some folks celebrating or looking at this beautiful weather here in Cooperstown at this point. Lots of green trees as well, and I want to emphasize the fact that there's a lot of greenery, a lot of blue skies. Enjoy the greenery while we still have it, because again, as we head into next month, that's when the changing of the seasons starts taking place and those leaves start to turn beautiful. So of course, for now, we'll enjoy August weather. 70s in Rome, 77 Hamilton, 75 in Saranac Lake, 84 in Syracuse, already approaching near 90 in Buffalo. So although there are some locations in the U.S. seeing a heat wave, it's going to try its best to get here locally, but we're outside of the main locations, so we'll see just typical summertime weather. The radar is quiet and dry in the next 12 hours, favor plenty of sunshine. However, as we head into tonight, we'll see clouds increase and the potential for a shower or rumble of thunder. We'll, of course, talk about those rain chances in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The U.S. government is giving the Oneida Indian Nation.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. What a beautiful summer day in store for us today. It's already showing lots of sunshine. That morning fog, that dense morning fog is lifted. And taking a live look at downtown Utica, you can see those blue skies out in the distance. Current temperature sitting at 78 degrees. Typical summertime humidity with a dew point of 63. And around the state, those temperatures, again, in the 70s here locally, in the 80s as you head out to Syracuse. More locally, 80 in Washburn, 76 Little Falls, 73 Lake Pleasant, 77 Inlet to the south, 80 in Sherburne, 78 Cooperstown, and 73 degrees in Oneonta. And a live look now at the radar. Things are looking dry and will stay dry for the remainder of the daytime today. However, as we head into tonight, slightly different story. Now, high pressure is keeping things quiet here currently, but we'll see some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder roll through later on tonight. And notice how the activity of these showers, they seem to be falling apart. It's entering this high pressure zone. It's moving too fast, and the showers are falling apart. Now, we still could see a few this evening, or at least late this evening and tonight, as this is part of just a conglomeration of just disorganized showers and thunderstorms. But for the most part, the system looks to fall apart before it reaches us. And so, on our temperature trend, we're still seeing 80s today. But as we head into the next few days, we'll see a gradual cooling trend. Still not unsummer-like. It's 70s, upper 70s Wednesday. But then by Thursday or by Monday, for Labor Day next week, we'll see highs in the upper 60s. So as we start to approach the first days of September, here is a look at an early preview of the most likely weekends you'll see the peak colors. The late September weekends of the North Country, outlying areas the weekend after, and then mid-October usually is when the Mohawk Valley sees the peak fall foliage. But currently on our Skycast, that morning fog again lifted. Plenty of sunshine this afternoon. A beautiful summertime day. If you have today off, I'd say go to the New York State Fair. As we head into tomorrow, though, it's looking a little breezy, a bit less sunny, as you can see here. Spotty showers and thunderstorms roll through tonight. And then starting out tomorrow, a few clouds, breezy conditions, temperatures falling throughout the day, going from the upper 70s to low 70s, and then drying conditions eventually by the late evening. And so your 7-day forecast, early morning showers, maybe rumble of thunder Wednesday, drying out, then dry Thursday, showers and storms develop again on Friday and into Saturday, and Labor Day weekend looking not too hot. Matter of fact, Labor Day itself is looking rather cool, but for now, it's a beautiful day, 80s and sunshine, Gary. Very beautiful August day in store.
When you're referring to cool, 68's not bad.
Yeah, see, I'm saying relatively. 68 is still a beautiful condition still.
Eric, thanks. While the relentless summer heat continues to impact millions nationwide, with temperatures across large parts of the Midwest nearing triple digits. We're also getting a closer look at this past weekend's deadly landslide in Alaska. NBC's Maggie Vespa is in Chicago with the latest.
Hey there, from along Lake Michigan, where a lot of people told our team yesterday they were skipping work and school to come out here and seek refuge from the heat. And we expect massive crowds out here again today, with the heat index in Chicago expected to hit 115 degrees. In fact, millions across the Midwest are set today to experience their hottest temperatures of the year so far. And that being said, Mother Nature's kind of severe weather footprint is spreading far and wide. We saw extreme storms in Minnesota overnight, sending flash floods through the Minnesota State Fair and causing a lot of people to run into the 4-H building to take shelter. We also had heavy rain and hail in New England, and then we have new details and new video from that deadly landslide in Alaska over the weekend that we know killed 1, injured 3, and destroyed several homes. Officials in Alaska now IDing the man killed as Sean Griffin, a husband, father, and longtime public works employee who they said was trying to clear storm drains during the downpour on Sunday when he was killed. Officials writing, quote, "It was his commitment to the community that caused him to respond to the call for assistance during his scheduled time off." And they've also said publicly they're worried potentially about a second landslide in that community. Meantime, back here in the Midwest, statistics show that a lot of communities in this area are experiencing a top 3 hottest year on record amid our worsening climate crisis. Out on the East Coast and West Coast, a lot of those cities are seeing their hottest years ever. Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Chicago.
Coming up was the meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, nothing to complain to at this hour, that's for sure.
Yeah, nothing to complain about. We got a staple of summertime, the New York State Fair, and you got great weather to go out to it today. In fact, this evening after work, or if you have the day off, go ahead and do it. 80s, sunshine, summer weather. This is as summer-like as it's going to be for the next week or so until the end of the fair. So if you want to go and enjoy it while it's very warm and somewhat humid out, today looks to be the day. Live look at Oneonta right now, plenty of blue skies, temperatures of course in the upper 70s, low 80s. In Oneonta, it's actually the coolest spot here locally, sitting at 73 degrees. Other locations, again, 78 Rome, 84 currently sitting at Syracuse. If you're heading out this afternoon, it could approach the mid to upper 80s as you head into Onondaga County. Now the radar, quiet, no rain showers tracked across the area right now, but we could see some develop as we headed this evening and tonight, roughly between 10 and midnight. And clouds, on and off rain mixed in with maybe a rumble of thunder possible. And then we'll see unsettled starts to the day tomorrow. But there could be some dry weather on the horizon. Details on that, of course, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Authorities say they have identified and charged the New Jersey woman.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It is a beautiful day across the area. Summer conditions, 80s and sunshine. Downtown Utica right now, blue skies across the board. Again, you couldn't ask for a better August day. 78 and sunny, typical summertime humidity. And as you turn our attention across New York State, 87 out in Buffalo and 77 in Albany. So the warmest sector is out in western New York at this point. But zooming in central New York, 81 in Washburn, Mohawk Valley, 81 degrees, Inlet 78, 82 Sherburne, 75 Oneonta, and near 80 degrees in Cooperstown. And to look at the current conditions in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Again, we're dry right now, and this is all driven by an area of high pressure over the New York State region. But as we look out to the west, we are seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Notice, though, they're starting to fall apart, the intensity decreasing. This rain band is moving faster than it should and is encountering that sinking air here, that high pressure, and they're falling apart. But the system itself is still approaching, so we can't rule out showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight. But for now, at least, the most intense of the showers and storms will likely miss us or fire up south. But speaking of temperatures, we've got 80s today, no 80s for the next 5 to 7 days. Matter of fact, heading into Labor Day weekend and Labor Day itself, we're going from the 70s into the upper 60s. Now, with the first days of September on the horizon, let's talk about the weekends most likely to see peak colors. Of course, late September is usually when the North Country High Peaks area sees those peak colors. Then outlying areas the first weekend of October, and then the mid-October range is where the Mohawk Valley will likely see the peak fall colors. And so, on our Skycast, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 80s. We'll still see 80 to 70 degree temperatures this evening. And then by tonight, we will begin to notice a few clouds rolling in and then some pop-up showers and thunderstorms popping up here and there. Then Wednesday morning, cloudy, unsettled, a few spotty showers. The rain will gradually taper off as the afternoon moves in. Still a bit breezy, and temperatures also decreasing throughout the day, starting out in the low to mid 70s, then eventually upper 70s, and then cooling down in the low 70s, upper 60s by the evening. And so your 7-day forecast, drying out Wednesday night, it's dry Thursday. Then that front moves in Friday, that stronger cold front, bringing showers and storms overnight into Saturday. And then we'll see a little bit of a cool down heading into Sunday and Monday for Labor Day weekend, with temperatures on Labor Day into the 60s. We'll be right back.
At 6, there's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Beautiful day today, very warm, lots of sunshine, a nice late summer day. This type of weather is not going to last for much longer. We're taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet, but to the west, we're noticing a couple of thunderstorms. A lot of these will end up passing south of our area, even if they hold together. But there will be a few thunderstorms, or at least the chance for a few thunderstorms late tonight as a cold front moves through. 85 degrees is the current temperature. It's warm. It's humid. It's not oppressively humid, but it is more humid than it's been. That dew point of 58 degrees. Our weather headlines: mild, muggy tonight. The weather does turn cooler, but it looks like a beautiful day tomorrow. Temperatures climb into the 70s. We'll stay in the 70s here for the next several days. We do have some rain chances as we head into the holiday weekend. And I'll have an update on that coming up. Temperatures this evening in the upper 70s to low 80s. Again, a very nice late summer evening. We've got some cooler weather on the way, though. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Cleanup continues after a tornado ripped through Rome.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A lovely, warm summer evening here in Central New York. Take a look in downtown Utica. Bright, sunny skies and a temperature of 82 degrees, a warm and somewhat humid day. We are tracking pretty quiet weather across our area this evening. Looking to the west, though, I am keeping an eye on some thunderstorms. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These are in a current course to move just south of our area. This would be closer to Binghamton in the southern tier. But we are going to be keeping an eye on the radar tonight for the chance of some pop-up thunderstorms. I think the better chance is going to be after midnight as a cold front rolls through. Our days, well, they're getting darker. We're looking at a sunset tonight at about 7:45, and it changes quite a bit over the next couple of weeks. A month from now, it's going to be almost an hour less of daylight in the evening with a sunset of 6:48. Also, too, the leaves are changing on some trees. This picture from Tom in Cooperstown, you can notice some color here. Not the first time this has happened. In fact, this happens every single year. You always get a couple of trees that do this. A lot of this has to do with stress. We're still expecting the fall colors to turn at the usual time, which is usually late September to early October in the higher elevations, and in the mid-October for the Mohawk Valley. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro, 84 degrees. Eaton with 83. Old Forge, 78. Hartwick with 80 degrees. Worcester, 84. We've got a cold front moving in from the west. It's producing thunderstorms in Michigan, but the front arrives tonight overnight. Not a great time for severe weather to happen with it, and we're only expecting maybe a shower or a rumble of thunder. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 60s, a very mild and muggy night. Clouds will thicken up. Again, that front rolls through very early Wednesday. We could see a sprinkle in the morning. I'm expected to be a pretty nice Wednesday afternoon. I'm expecting clouds to give way to sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, and a nice finish to the day. Comfortable tomorrow night, overnight lows in the 50s. On Thursday, expect mostly sunny skies. A very nice day with high temperatures in the mid 70s. Tonight, again, that chance of a thunderstorm, a very warm night, an overnight low of 69. Good night to run the air conditioner. Tomorrow, partly sunny, pleasant, 76. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Nice on Thursday and Friday, but then as we head into the weekend, the weather changes. Showers expected Saturday, 74. The chance of a shower late Sunday, 79. Cooler and very fall-like as we head into Monday and Tuesday, at least early fall, because real fall, you don't see much of the sun. It's windy, it's chilly. This is nice fall.
I'll take nice fall.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. We're going to hear more. For the forecast tonight, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. A couple of showers out there you're tracking tonight.
Yeah,
right?
we're tracking a cold front moving in from the west. We're not seeing as much energy in our area. We're not going to get the typical scenario where a strong cold front comes through and there's a lot of crazy weather.
Good.
Tonight, yes, exactly.
Finally.
Going out of my way to point that out because it doesn't always play out the same way. Heading into tonight, again, a couple of showers out there. We might see a rumble of thunder, but again, the worst of this looks to really not affect our area. It looks like it's going to stay well to the west of us. It is a warm night. Temperature of 75, dew point of 63. It's harder to get nights like this time of the year, in late August and early September. That's when the nights start to cool off, but this is going to be the exception. And if this is not your type of night, a little too warm for you, again, there will be much cooler nights ahead. Going to the New York State Fair, a good day for that tomorrow. It does look cooler than today, but a beautiful day, partly sunny, 75 to 80 degrees. Looking at dry conditions, maybe a shower early in the morning, but that's about it. Tonight, a good night for the air conditioner. Overnight lows only in the upper 60s. We are tracking more comfortable weather here as we head into the end of the week, along with some rain chances for the weekend. A look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Hey, it's time to say the final goodbyes to summer as we approach the Labor Day weekend with fall just around the corner. And based on the numbers from AAA, the roads should be bumper to bumper heading into the holiday week.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It's a very warm night for late August. Our temperature is still sitting at 74 degrees. This will be one of the last really warm nights for a while, probably for most of the rest of the season here, because we've got some cooler weather ahead, and these days are already numbered as we're getting closer to September. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I am tracking this area of showers. In fact, I'm going to step aside and take a closer look here because this is moving just north of the city of Utica. So it's probably going to move right over the TV station here. Quick downpour, maybe a rumble of thunder. This will continue to drift to the south and east. So we could see a few more of these as we head into tonight as a cold front arrives. We're not expecting any strong weather, but again, the chance to see some pop-up showers and storms. Sunset times. We're losing daylight, and it's happening quickly. The sunset next week, 7:30. Next month, it'll be before 7. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just part of what goes on this time of the year. This also instigates the leaf change, which, yes, the leaves have been changing if you haven't already noticed. And no, it's not any earlier. It's just the early ones get everybody's attention. We're still expecting the change to happen at about the same time that it usually does. This picture, by the way, from Tom in Cooperstown. Again, peak fall color, still several weeks away. It's usually late September in the Adirondacks to about mid-October in the Mohawk Valley. Air conditioning, well, you'll need it tonight, but I don't think you'll need it very much over the next couple of days. And by early next week, I think it'll be nice to give it a break. So you look at the radar and satellite image. We're tracking a cold front moving in from the west. This is producing some thunderstorms, but this activity is weakening quite a bit as we are heading into nighttime. And the front moves through early tomorrow morning, so not a lot of energy for this to work with. Can't rule out a shower very early Wednesday morning, but most of Wednesday looks nice. We should see sunshine returning. Temperatures climb into the mid-70s. The weather looks quiet and cooler tomorrow night. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. Beautiful day on Thursday. Lots of sunshine. High temperatures climb into the mid-70s. Tonight, the chance of a storm, low of 69. Tomorrow, aside from an early morning shower, it's a pretty nice day. Partly sunny, highs in the mid-70s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Thursday, Friday looking beautiful. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. Rain unfortunately returns for the holiday weekend. Showers on Saturday, 74. Sunday, the chance of a shower late, 79. Labor Day looks cooler. Temperatures in the upper 60s. And that continues into Tuesday.
So what you're saying is get in your station wagon on Monday and go out and travel.
That's right.
All right, that's good. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next, it's not an expansion. It's a forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Tracking a couple of showers out there. They were north of us here at the station, but they've now gone into the valley, right?
Yeah, we're looking at a couple of sprinkles and showers out there this evening. We do have a pretty strong cold front moving in, but because it's moving in at night, there's not a lot of energy for this to work with. So we're not, yeah, exactly.
Finally, right?
We get a break from the usual cold front here, and we'll take it. We're expecting, again, a couple of showers. Can't rule out maybe a rumble of thunder overnight, but again, most of us are not expected to get any strong weather. It's a warm night, 72 degrees at 11 o'clock. It feels like the middle of summer, even though it's now almost September. These nights are pretty rare to see going forward, and again, it's a good night to run the air conditioner. As we look at conditions for tomorrow, if you're heading out to the New York State Fair, it looks great. Should be a little bit less humid and cooler, but still very nice, partly sunny. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Tonight, a good night to run the air conditioner. We're only expecting overnight lows in the upper 60s. Again, a couple of showers out there. We are tracking some cooler weather as we head into the rest of the week. A look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's time to say the final good.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. It's a warm summer night here in Central New York. 11 o'clock, temperature of 77 in downtown Utica. These days are very much numbered as we're heading into the very tail end of August here. We are going to see some cooler weather beginning tonight, but it is a good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. We are tracking a couple of showers out there. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Not much activity here. We could see a passing shower, maybe a rumble of thunder tonight as a cold front rolls through. Daylight continues to get shorter. The sunset today, 7:43. By next week, it's close to 7:30, and by next month, it'll be about 6:45. It's very noticeable. It changes very quickly this time of the year. It also instigates the fall color. Lots of folks recognizing the fact that a few leaves are changing. This picture from Tom in Cooperstown. Believe it or not, it's not actually early. It's just the early ones always seem to get a head start. We're still expecting the fall color to arrive on time, which would be late September for the Adirondacks, mid-October for the Mohawk Valley. We'll have our fall foliage report for you as we head later into this week, at least the first one of the season. Air conditioner, again, coming in handy tonight, but I think you'll be using less of it over the next couple of days. We've got a push of cooler weather on the way tonight, and that's part of a cold front. Again, because the cold front arrives overnight, we don't see much in terms of thunderstorm activity with it. Again, a couple of showers here tonight, overnight lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. Tomorrow starts out dreary, clouds, sprinkles, but it does finish on a nicer note. We're expecting some sunshine, and temperatures will be in the mid-70s, so it will be noticeably cooler, but a pretty nice day. Tomorrow night, clearing skies, overnight lows drop down into the 50s, a much more comfortable sleeping night. Thursday looks beautiful. Lots of sunshine, temperatures in the low to mid-70s. Chance of a storm tonight, 69 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, partly sunny and very pleasant. Again, kind of a gloomy start, but it should be a nice afternoon, 76. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Thursday, Friday, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. And then our next weather maker arrives just in time for the weekend. Clouds, showers on Saturday, 74 degrees. A few sprinkles here on Sunday. Labor Day looks dry. Sunshine, temperatures in the upper 60s. Some cooler weather early next week. That's what you get for having me work this weekend.
Aw, you have
just
to
kidding.
put a hoodie on. All right,
Yeah.
thanks, Bill. Well, new tonight.